Imagine living a long, fulfilling life, one that stretches well into your 100s, full of health, energy, and clarity. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But what if I told you that some people do not just dream of it, they actually live it? Take, for example, the world's oldest doctor, a remarkable man who has lived to see 105 years. He is not just surviving, he is thriving. And the secret behind his long and healthy life may surprise you. It is not some miracle drug or a complicated fitness routine. No, it is something much simpler, and it could be something you are already familiar with. This doctor, who has seen and treated countless patients over the decades, believes in one powerful principle: the right food. What if I told you that by adding just a few simple foods to your daily diet, you could improve your health, boost your energy, and possibly add years to your life? The foods this doctor swears by are not exotic or hard to find. They are common, humble ingredients that you can easily incorporate into your meals, no matter where you are or what your budget is. But why does this matter to you? Because aging is inevitable, but the way we age is something we can control. The way we care for our bodies today will determine how we feel tomorrow, next year, and in the years to come. So stick around, because in this video I will share with you the simple yet powerful foods that the oldest doctor in Japan eats every day, and how these foods can help you live not just longer, but better. Aging is something that happens to all of us. Whether we want it to or not, time keeps moving forward, and with it comes the inevitable changes in our bodies, minds, and even our emotions. But while aging may be unavoidable, suffering through it is not. There is a common misconception that getting older means becoming weaker, less active, or more fragile. Many people fear the loss of independence, the aches and pains of old age, and the loss of vitality. However, the truth is that there are countless examples of people who defy these expectations. They prove that with the right mindset and the right habits, it is possible to grow older without losing the zest for life. This is where the wisdom of those who have lived a full life comes in. From their experiences, we can learn valuable lessons about health, longevity, and well-being. These lessons often go beyond what we read in textbooks or hear from doctors. They are rooted in the daily choices that shape our lives over time. Choices about what we eat, how we move, and how we take care of our mental health. One such individual who has embodied these principles for more than a century is Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's oldest doctor. Dr. Hinohara lived to the age of 105, and during his life, he treated thousands of patients, shared his wisdom in books, and became a symbol of healthy aging. He was not only a medical professional, but also a living testament to the power of a healthy lifestyle. His story is a source of inspiration for many, especially for those of us who wonder if it is possible to age gracefully without suffering. Dr. Hinohara's approach to health was not just about avoiding disease or staying active. He believed in something deeper, a holistic view of health that combines physical well-being with mental clarity and emotional balance. He knew that living a long life was not just about extending the number of years, but about improving the quality of those years. According to Dr. Hinohara, the key to this longevity was not in taking countless medications or undergoing expensive treatments. Instead, it was in making simple, everyday choices that nourish both the body and the spirit. You may be asking yourself, what were these simple habits that contributed to Dr. Hinohara's remarkable longevity? Is there really a way to add years to your life through daily actions? The answer is yes, and it does not involve any drastic measures. In fact, it is often the small, consistent changes in our routines that have the greatest impact. In this video, I will share with you not only the foods that Dr. Hinohara ate to maintain his health, but also some of the deeper insights he gained from his long life. These lessons are based on both science and experience, and they have the power to transform the way we view aging. By following these simple yet profound steps, you can unlock the secrets to living a longer, healthier life. one filled with energy, purpose, and joy. So why is this important? Because we all deserve to live our lives fully, no matter our age. Aging is not something to fear or avoid. It is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become more in tune with who we are. The journey of aging can be a beautiful one, as long as we take the right steps to care for ourselves along the way. Now let us dive into the first habit, the food that can help you live longer and healthier. Just like Dr. Hinohara. Tip 1, start with simple, everyday foods. There's Shigeaki Hinohara, the world's oldest doctor, lived by a principle that may seem too simple to be profound. What we eat every day matters more than we think. He did not rely on expensive or hard-to-find foods to maintain his health. Instead, he focused on a few staple foods that nourished his body and kept him strong well into his 100s. Take the example of Mr. Thompson, a 72-year-old retired teacher who struggled with his energy levels and constant fatigue. After learning about Dr. Hinohara's diet, Mr. Thompson decided to make small changes. He began eating more vegetables, particularly leafy greens, and incorporated more fish, nuts, and whole grains into his meals. Over time, he noticed that he felt lighter, more energetic, and less sluggish. Mr. Thompson did not make drastic changes overnight, but the consistent inclusion of these simple foods made all the difference. Studies support this idea. A diet rich in plant-based foods, lean proteins, and healthy fats has been linked to longer lifespans and better health outcomes. These foods help reduce inflammation, improve heart health, and support cognitive function. The takeaway? A few simple changes to what you eat each day can have a powerful impact on your health. Tip 2. Keep moving, even in small ways. Another key to Dr. Hinohara's longevity was his belief in staying active throughout life. But this did not mean long hours at the gym or running marathons. It was about incorporating movement into daily life, no matter how small. Consider the story of Grandma Lily, an 80-year-old woman who had always loved gardening. After a knee injury, she began to feel limited in her ability to do the things she enjoyed. She could no longer spend hours tending to her flowers. However, she refused to let that stop her. Instead of letting her body become stiff, Grandma Lily made it a point to move every day, even if it was just for 10 minutes. She would stretch in the morning, walk around her garden slowly, and perform simple strengthening exercises. What happened next was remarkable. Despite her knee troubles, Grandma Lily found that her flexibility improved. She no longer felt as stiff and could walk longer distances with less pain. Research shows that even light physical activity can help maintain joint health, reduce the risk of chronic diseases, and keep the body flexible. The takeaway? Never underestimate the power of movement, even in small doses. Tip 3. Embrace a purposeful life. Dr. Hinohara often spoke about the importance of having a sense of purpose, even in old age. He believed that having a reason to get out of bed in the morning was as crucial to health as any medication or food. Take Mr. George, a 68-year-old man who retired early and found himself feeling increasingly isolated and unmotivated. His days blurred into one another, and he began to lose interest in activities he once loved. However, when Mr. George started volunteering at a local animal shelter, everything changed. He discovered that helping others gave him a sense of fulfillment he had not realized was missing. Studies have shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer and have better mental and physical health. This sense of purpose provides motivation, reduces stress, and helps individuals stay mentally sharp. The takeaway? Find something you care deeply about, whether it is helping others, learning new skills, or pursuing a lifelong passion. Having purpose can fuel your life in ways that physical health alone cannot. Tip 4. Foster strong social connections. One of the most significant factors contributing to Dr. Hinohara's long life was his strong social ties. He always emphasized the importance of maintaining meaningful relationships throughout life. Isolation and loneliness are common issues that many elderly individuals face, but Dr. Hinohara knew that social interactions were essential for both mental and emotional health. Let us look at the story of Mrs. Thompson, a 75-year-old woman who had lost her husband a few years ago. After his passing, she became more reclusive, spending most of her days alone at home. Her children and grandchildren visited occasionally, but the silence in her house felt heavy. Mrs. Thompson noticed that her energy and mood were dipping. She felt disconnected from the world around her. But everything began to change when she started attending a local community group for seniors. Through this group, Mrs. Thompson made new friends, participated in group activities, and even found herself laughing again. Research has shown that individuals who have strong social connections live longer, healthier lives. Social interaction can reduce the risk of depression, lower blood pressure, and even strengthen the immune system. The takeaway: if you are feeling isolated, consider reaching out to a friend or joining a community group. Building and nurturing relationships is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health as you age. Tip 5. Stay curious and keep learning. Dr. Hinohara also believed that staying mentally active was crucial for maintaining health as we age. It is easy to think that once we reach a certain age, learning new things is no longer necessary. However, Dr. Hinohara, who continued to work as a doctor well into his 100s, proved that the mind needs constant stimulation to stay sharp. Take the example of Mr. Richard, a 70-year-old man who retired after a long career in engineering. He initially felt content, thinking he had learned everything there was to know about life. However, after a few months of retirement, Mr. Richard noticed that he felt restless and less engaged. He decided to take up painting, something he had always wanted to try but never had time for during his busy career. The process of learning something new sparked creativity in him. Mr. Richard began to feel more energized and intellectually stimulated. Studies show that learning new skills or engaging in mentally challenging activities can reduce the risk of cognitive decline and improve brain function. Staying curious about the world around you can help keep your mind active and prevent the dulling effects of aging. The takeaway? It is never too late to learn something new. Whether it is picking up a hobby, reading, or learning a new language, engaging your mind can help you live a more fulfilling life. We have already discussed several powerful habits that can transform the way we age and live our lives. From eating nourishing foods to staying active, connecting with others, and keeping our minds sharp, these steps are simple yet profound. But I know what you might be thinking right now. How do I start? Where do I begin? Well, I want you to take a moment and reflect. Think about your own life. Is there something you can change today to improve your well-being, even if it is something small? Maybe you have been neglecting your diet, or perhaps you have been isolating yourself a little too much lately. Whatever it is, now is the time to take a step toward a healthier, more vibrant future. Let us take a brief pause here, and I encourage you to truly think about the tips we have discussed so far. Which one resonates with you the most? Is there one that stands out? Something that you feel could make a real difference in your life right now? I would love to hear your thoughts. If you are still watching, take a moment to comment below and share which tips surprised you the most, or which one you are most excited to try. Do you have a food that has helped you feel stronger and healthier? Or perhaps you have a hobby or activity that keeps your mind sharp. Whatever it may be, your experience might inspire someone else who is watching. Sharing our stories and wisdom is how we help each other grow. And if you have any questions or doubts about anything we have discussed so far, feel free to ask. This is not just about me sharing information. It is about creating a conversation, a community where we can all learn from each other and support one another. As we continue through this video, remember that aging does not have to be something we fear. With the right mindset and a few simple changes, We can grow older with strength, purpose, and joy. So, I want you to ask yourself one more question. What will you do today to take control of your aging process? What small step can you take to ensure that your tomorrow is healthier and brighter? I truly believe that if we make the effort to make small, meaningful changes, we can live a longer, fuller life. And that is what this journey is all about. Not just adding years to our lives, but adding life to our years. So again, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Let us continue this conversation together. It is time to start making those small changes that will lead to big results. Now let us move on to our next point, where we will dive into even more insights on living a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. As we have explored the simple yet powerful habits that contribute to a long and healthy life, I want to end with something deeply personal, something that touches the core of what it means to live fully. It is a lesson that Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara shared towards the end of his life, a lesson that many people only come to understand when they are faced with the fragility of time. It is the lesson of regret, the heavy burden of time lost, and the deep sorrow of things left unsaid. You see, Dr. Hinohara's long life was not without its moments of reflection. Despite his incredible health and vitality, he understood that no one can escape the passage of time. In his final years, he often spoke about the importance of living without regret. He encouraged people not to wait until it is too late to express love, to take risks, or to make amends with those they had drifted apart from. Let me share with you the story of Mr. Harold, an 82-year-old man who had spent much of his life working in a high-pressure job, always focusing on the next goal, the next achievement. He loved his family deeply, but often found himself too busy to spend quality time with them. His children grew up and moved away, and Mr. Harold became more isolated. As the years passed, he began to feel the weight of missed opportunities, the missed dinners with his family, the phone calls he never made, and the simple moments he had taken for granted. One evening, Mr. Harold sat quietly in his living room, staring at old family photos. It was then that he realized that life had not passed him by because of his health or his work, but because of the relationships he had neglected. The next day, Mr. Harold called his daughter, with whom he had not spoken in years. He apologized for not being there when she needed him most. To his surprise, she forgave him, and their relationship began to heal. Dr. Hinohara's own words ring true here. Do not wait until you are on your deathbed to realize what truly matters. He always urged his patients to live with purpose, to embrace love and connection, and to forgive freely. He knew that life was fragile, and while we cannot control when our time on this earth will end, we do have the power to shape how we live each day. Imagine for a moment if we all lived without regret, if we took the time to reach out to loved ones, to say what we feel, and to do what truly brings us joy. Perhaps we would not need to wait until the end of our lives to understand what is most important. Instead, we would live each day with a sense of peace, knowing that we are fully present in the moments that matter most. So I leave you with this thought. What are the things you wish you had said or done? What connections have you neglected that could bring you joy and fulfillment today? Life is short, but it is never too late to change course. You have the power to create new memories, to heal old wounds, and to live a life without regret. This is the most profound lesson Dr. Hinohara left behind. A life well lived is not measured by the years we have, but by the love we give, the connections we nurture, and the meaning we create in the time we are given. As we near the end of this journey together, I want to take a moment to reflect on the lessons we have shared and the powerful wisdom that has been passed down from Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara and the many others who have walked this path before us. We began by discussing the small but life-changing habits that can guide us to live healthier, more vibrant lives. From nourishing foods to simple movements, staying connected with others, and keeping our minds sharp, each of these steps has one thing in common. They are within our reach. They are actions we can take today, not tomorrow, and certainly not when it's too late. The truth is, we are not defined by our age, but by the choices we make every single day. But beyond the science, beyond the advice, it is the deeper, emotional truth that matters most. Aging is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. It is a process, yes, but it is also an opportunity, a chance to live more fully, to love more deeply, and to understand what truly matters. The wisdom we gain with age is not just the knowledge of how to care for our bodies, but the understanding of how to care for one another, how to nurture the relationships that give our lives meaning, and how to forgive, love, and let go. As Dr. Hinohara taught us, it is not the years we add to our lives that matter most. It is the life we add to our years. He lived for over 100 years, but what made his life remarkable was not just the length of it, but the richness, the vitality, and the deep sense of purpose he carried with him every day. He found meaning in his work, in his relationships, and in his commitment to making the world a better place. And in doing so, he showed us that it is possible to live with energy, curiosity, and joy, even into our later years. Take a moment to think about your own life. What is the one thing you can do today that will bring more meaning to your years? It could be something as simple as reaching out to a friend you have not spoken to in a while, or perhaps beginning a small new hobby that has always intrigued you. Maybe it is as deep as making peace with a past regret or forgiving someone who has hurt you. Whatever it is, remember that your actions today will shape your tomorrow. You have the power to make your days count, no matter how many years you have left. The beauty of life is that change is always possible, no matter our age. Each moment we are alive is an opportunity to choose how we want to live. And while time is something none of us can control, the impact we leave on this world, the love, the kindness, and the wisdom we share will echo long after we are gone. So as you move forward, remember that life does not have to be long to be full. It only needs to be lived with intention, with purpose, and with a heart open to the beauty of every moment. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a heartfelt invitation. If the insights shared today have touched your heart and inspired you to take action, I encourage you to make that choice now. It is never too late to start living a healthier, more meaningful life, and the small steps you take today can create lasting change. If you found value in the stories and lessons we have discussed, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps this message reach more people who may need to hear it. By liking the video, you show that you care about the importance of healthy aging, meaningful relationships, and living a life full of purpose. And if something in this video truly resonated with you, whether it was the wisdom of Dr. Hinohara, the powerful stories of individuals like Mrs. Thompson or Mr. Harold, or the simple yet profound tips on aging well, please share it with someone you love. We all know someone who could benefit from a reminder about how precious life is and how every day counts. Whether it is a friend, a family member, or even a neighbor, sharing this message could change their perspective and inspire them to take that next step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. I also want to invite you to comment below. Let me know what lesson or tip you found most powerful. Did something in particular stand out to you? Are there any changes you are planning to make in your own life? Your thoughts and reflections could help someone else who is watching the video. We are all in this journey of life together, and by sharing our experiences, we can learn from one another and grow stronger as a community. Lastly, if you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to this channel. By subscribing, you ensure that you will receive more content like this, stories, tips, and inspiration that can support you on your journey toward living a long, healthy, and meaningful life. We have many more topics to explore, and I would be honored to continue sharing this space with you. Remember, you are never alone in this journey. Together, we can create a life that is rich with love, health, and wisdom. If this video touched your heart, share it with someone else. You never know who may need to hear it today. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.